All right, we're here with Denise O'Sullivan. Denise, you were just saying you've cracked jet lag at long last, or not at long last, you've always had it down.
Yeah, I do. I think I'm used to the jet lag side of things now, coming in from America. I think I just love sleep in general. So the minute I get here, I just sleep. As I said, I napped for 2 hours and then I slept the whole way through the night. So I think I have it down to a T now, what I need to do when I get in here.
I was just chatting to Lucy Quinn there, and if you want to keep your ego small, don't listen to the piece. She was just saying that you take the mick out of everybody in training with what you do. Is that something that you go out deliberately to do when you're in Ireland training, saying, I'm going to express myself here, make everyone around me look a little bit silly?
No, thanks for that, Lucy, but throw me under the bus. No, I definitely don't. I think I just enjoy training here and just having fun with the team. It's an absolutely great squad, and I go out to work hard in training, and that's all I think about. Really, I think that's the most important thing, is preparation and just going out there focusing and trying to do the things right. I definitely don't try and take the mick out of players, but yeah, training's always good, and a great group of girls.
We were actually just having more of a wider conversation around instinct versus preparation and being able to survey what's in front of you. What sort of player are you? Are you an instinctive one, or somebody who likes a moment to think about what they're about to do?
Instinctive, definitely. Just happen naturally. Like, don't even think about it really. Same when I'm training, I actually don't even think about what I do. It just happens naturally, and I'm definitely that kind of player.
Have you tried to add an element of thinking about it to it, or are you just like, no, listen, this is the way I am, and there's no way I want to add another layer of complication to it?
Yeah, I don't like to make things complicated, so I think I'm just that kind of player, and I won't try and change it. But yeah, definitely.
Everybody must be listening to that saying, geez, that she has it very easy.
Have it easy? Definitely not. I definitely don't have it easy, but yeah, I definitely don't like to try and complicate things at all as a player. And when I go out to the pitch, I just, as I said, I give it 100% all the time, but when things happen, I don't really think about it. It just happens for me. That's just the kind of player I am, so yeah.
And how does that tally with a manager or a coach who wants to play quite a systemic approach to football?
Well, yeah, obviously, I think that's a total different thing. Obviously, respecting what the coach wants. I think I do listen to that and take that on board. But when I'm on the pitch, I think I do take what the coach wants, and obviously I go by that system, and I don't try and go and do my own thing, you know. But what happens on the pitch, sometimes it just doesn't. I don't think about it. It just happens naturally for me as a midfielder. But I think it's a good thing, because it works for me, and that's what works for me. So,
absolutely. As we say, you're just over the jet lag, and you've been in the States for the last little while. The season proper is yet to start, but you've had the Challenge Cup over the last little while. How have things changed in terms of your team this year? Because obviously there's been an expansion with the league over there.
Yeah, I think the team has changed. I think there's been a lot of changes overall in the club, but within the team I think it's changed a lot also. We've lost a good few players, really good players we've lost, but we've also brought in very talented players. So I would say we're probably a much younger team now. I think we're transitioning, the team is, and we do have a handful of experienced players, so I think it's a very good balance within the team. And yeah, we're just into the Challenge Cup right now. We're 4 games in. We just had 3 games in the past week there, so but we're on top of the group, so it's going really well. I'm excited for the team. We look really good right now, but it's only the start of the season. We've a long way to go yet.
And is that very much seen as a pre-season competition, or as a Challenge Cup, something that you'd really be going after?
No, it's not something we'd really be going after. It's more of a pre-season, and I think it's for the coach to see these new players, give them game time, and for us as well to work on what we need to as a team to be able to grow into the season. So I think the most important thing is the beginning of the season, but these are good games to get under our belt for the coach to see, for us to feel things out with new players coming in as well, and also help these new players transition into the team and the way we play. I think it's a tough system to play, the midfield box. So I think new players coming in really have to focus, and I think it's our jobs as leaders on the team to make them feel comfortable and get them used to the formation that we play.
Whereabouts in the box do you play?
I play in the deeper role, actually, the number 6. So we have 2 6s and 2 10s, and I do play the deeper role there with the team.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is a bit different to the Ireland role, obviously.
Yeah, I come in here and I play the attacking role, so 2 completely different things, but also 2 completely different teams. And what works well for me there is playing in the defensive role for the Courage. I think we really build through that defensive midfielder, and I'm the player that really gets on the ball and starts the build up as well as the centre back. So I think it really works well for me there. I'm the centre of everything, getting on the ball a lot, and then the defensive role is just as important. And I think having really experienced players behind me and world-class players, it really helps me do my defensive role well.
How is the defensive work going for you at the moment? Is it something that you've had to work on a little bit more than the attacking part of the game?
Definitely, yeah. I think you just need to look at it a different way. You're deeper in the field. You can see everything in front of you. So I think it's about communication is very important, as well as about telling where your 10s, where they need to go. Also telling everyone else around you what to do. Right. But also being in the right spaces at the right time, and I think that's something I've really gotten better at, is interceptions in the games. I think that's huge. But yeah, obviously, as I said, having these defenders behind me telling me what to do, our captain directing me throughout the whole game is really important and really helps me.
The reason why there's been so much change in the squad, I presume, is because of the expansion draft, right?
Yes, there was an expansion draft, and then also players just have wanted different challenges, I guess. I don't really know the reasons, but we've had a lot of players just leave for their own personal reasons, and yeah, that's where the big changes came from. So, but I see huge potential in the team. We've signed a good few players now as well, and looking at these past 4 games, we've really been dominating games. Whether we've been undefeated so far, we've got wins and we've drew games as well. But in the games we drew, especially the one the other night, I think we dominated for most of the game. It was just a last minute winner for them, or 89th, whatever, yeah.
Like, given the amount of turnover, then you'd be one of the senior players in the squad, obviously. The leadership role just grows year after year. How comfortable are you in that leadership role?
Yeah, I'm comfortable. I'm never settled. I always think I can get better at it, and I always think I can communicate better to players in front of me. But I do think I've gotten a lot better over the years, and I think that's with the help of experienced players around me. And when I first went into the Courage, I don't think I said a word. To now, I'm one of the leadership players, and I'm very vocal, and I need to be that way. And I also try and encourage players around me to, especially the younger ones coming in. I think it's really important to have that balance of holding them accountable, but also welcoming them and try and make them feel welcome coming into the team. So definitely gotten better, but there's a long way to go. Yeah, I definitely think I can improve in it.
I think you're playing Angel City first in the league, right? The one of the new teams, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's Angel City. There's San Diego and Angel, but I think we're playing Angel City at the end of April, maybe. Right. So honestly, I don't know what to expect from that team. Obviously, they're brand new, so don't really know. But I know they have really good players. They have experienced players. There was a lot of investment went into that team. And it's great to see 2 new teams come into the league, so we'll be very excited to play a new team for the first game.
Yeah, because I was just going to ask, does bigger mean better for the league over there? Is this a sign that the league is kind of growing to the same extent that football is growing here, and especially with the WSL?
Yeah, I think so. I think having 2 new teams is huge. It shows the growth of the league, and I think those 2 teams as well have, as I said, a lot of investment and a lot of women investing in the teams, so I think that's really, really important. But yeah, even the publicity we get in that league now is after growing a lot more over the past few years. And when you go to games, you go up to Portland, you're playing in front of 20,000 in a stadium. So it's really exciting there, and I think there's a long way to go yet, and it's going to keep growing, hopefully.
Did you keep an eye on what happened at the Camp Nou last week, and the ridiculous crowd there and some unbelievable goals scored?
Yeah, absolutely. Love watching Barcelona, by the way. They're an unbelievable team, but just to see that 90,000+ turnout at that stadium is absolutely huge for women's football all around the world, and hopefully seeing that now, that's just the start, and that'll hopefully keep building and happening all around the world. But it was really exciting to see, and some amazing goals. Just a great game and event in general.
It seems it's realistic for you now to expect that you'll get to play at the Aviva as a Republic of Ireland international someday, right?
Yeah, I mean that's something we do want as a team someday, but I do think it has to be the right time. It has to be the right game to play there. I think playing in Tala Stadium is so important for us. I think we love it as a team. We have our fans there. We know that are going to come out, and playing there, you can just feel the energy in the stadium when we're playing in these games. So it is a really good atmosphere. But definitely, I would love to play in the Aviva someday. But as I said, it has to be the right game, the right time, and we need to get a crowd out there to be able to play there.
The feeling amongst the camp of the people I've spoken to today is that this is a really good opportunity next week, because the gap, as everybody can see, between Ireland and the top teams has closed. How excited are you, first of all, for Sweden next week?
Oh, I'm very excited. I think playing against teams like Sweden, number 2 in the world, it's something I want to do as a player. They're the games that you want to be playing in, the challenges that you want to take on. So I think the team in general is very excited. We know what we're going up against. They ain't number 2 in the world for nothing. So it's going to be a very challenging game, but it's a real good opportunity for us to go and show what we can do. I think we're confident as a team this past year, and we'll be confident going in there and hopefully try to get something out of it. Obviously that's the aim, but again, we do know what we're facing and they're unbelievable.
Denise, very best of luck next week. Good to chat to you.
Thank you.
Cheers.